Hey guys, welcome to Scratching the Dirt. This is Nikki, and this is a carnivore vlog, but it's also kind of an everything vlog at the same time because it's all going to run together. Today's Tuesday, May 26th, I believe is the date, and I hit 9 months on carnivore on the 23rd, so a few days ago. I have just kind of stopped keeping track. Ever since kind of late April, like the 18th, I think, 16th, I don't remember. We went to Colorado, and I'm pretty sure I told you guys about how I had eaten some things on that trip that were away from carnivore, and I was planning on doing a reset, meat, cheese, and eggs only. And I did for the most part, but there have been some changes in the way I've been feeling, changes in the my work schedule, just everything seems to have kind of shifted for me a little bit. And there's also some changes coming for Jose with a new job opportunity and some other things. And so things have been kind of weird, and carnivore has become a problem, almost not a consideration or an obstacle. I don't really want to call it a problem. Let me explain. So I started doing a new gig that has me getting up sometime between 4 and 5 in the morning and leaving the house sometime between 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning. And I love it. Please don't get me wrong. I love it. I am not a morning person, but I love doing work and then getting done and then being like, oh, it's 10 a.m. I still have the whole day. I love that. I love being accomplished early. And then I feel like it gives me freedom to do what I want to do the rest of the day. Sometimes I come home and I rest. Sometimes I come home and I go outside. Sometimes I go work a different gig and just make more money. It just depends. It depends on what my goals are and what's going on in life. But with all of these changes, I've been struggling to maintain kind of this carnivore. I love carnivore. Carnivore's great, because I'm finding that carnivores actually become very difficult. Let me explain. Part of this is coming from something that shifted in the last few weeks, and I don't know if it's because my schedule changed so drastically, or if my just like energy output is so much more than it used to be, but I am hungry all the time now. You know, at one point in carnivore, I was doing one meal a day, and then it got to the point where that wasn't enough, and I was just doing two, not even huge meals, 2 meals a day. And there's days like today, I ate at 5 o'clock this morning. I went and worked, and by 9, I was starving, right? And I had eaten so much this morning that I couldn't finish. Like, I was full. And I just ate burger. That's it. Just burger. No cheese, no egg, no avocado, like just burger. And I was so full, I couldn't finish that food, which was the normal amount of burger that I would normally eat. And then by 9, my stomach was growling and I felt like weak and tired, and I was still trying to work. That has been happening far more often than it ever did before. So I'm a little concerned about my energy right now. My energy is not where it once was on the carnivore. Now, I haven't done any research yet into this to figure out, is it because of the cheese? Is it because of the processed meat sticks? Is it, I'm sure at the end of the day, it's because it's something I'm doing, right? But because I am who I am, I'm also kind of listening to this back of my mind. About 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I started going, well, some people on carnivore eat berries. I could really use some berries. Like, I would love to have some berries. Because I've seen what carnivore people will add in, like berries and honey. And to me, it's kind of, it goes back to like keto, right? Like, you don't eat a banana, but you can eat blueberries, no problem. And so I had been thinking about that, and I never got any berries. And then there was a day last week where Jose had time at lunch, and I was in the same area of town, and we met at a Mexican restaurant. And instead of ordering the carne asada, which would be the like steak, a piece of meat, I ordered tostadas and I ate them. So I ate the shell, and I ate the lettuce and the tomato. And of course, none of that is carnivore. And I didn't feel horrible afterwards. Like, I, I was fine. And then the next day I went back to just normal carnivore, or carnivore-ish, Nikki style. But today I went to Taco Bell. I went to Taco Bell, y'all. I went to Taco Bell, and they have this little mini taco salad. It's like, it's so cute, and it's so little. And I ate that. And I also ate a cantina bowl, which is like rice and beans and chicken and lettuce and tomato and guacamole and sour cream. And I ate it, and it was way too much food. And I ate it anyways because I got over hungry. I got overtired because I had worked. I started getting hungry at like 9. And then I didn't eat anything till like 12:45 because I had a tire issue. I had to go find somebody that had a used tire they could put on my car. So anyway, I ate too much. I don't know how I'm going to feel. Within about 15 minutes, my stomach started like gurgling, and I was like, uh-oh, I may have made a huge mistake here. This may not have been a good idea. Because obviously, like rice and beans and the chip that was around the salad, I don't eat that kind of stuff. And I threw an awful lot into my system at once. But all of that to say, I don't know if I am in a place where consistent carnivore is right for me right now. I just don't know. I know that because it's more than just I'm getting hungry. It's more than just my energy is feeling weird and not quite right. It's also the fact that I am pretty tired of the foods that I've been eating. I am pretty tired of hamburgers, and I do eat sausage. I'm pretty tired of sausage. I'm not a chicken lover. I like chicken wings, but I only eat those occasionally. I'm tired of eating the same foods over and over again. And honestly, I thought that wouldn't happen. I love burgers, right? So I've been doing that. And so I'm trying to be really careful about convincing myself to get off of carnivore because of these things, because I'm like emotionally attached to this idea now of maybe I need something else. And I'm trying to be really logical about it. That's difficult. I've talked before about how I'm an emotional eater, and my emotions have been everywhere. There is all kinds of stuff going on. None of it's tragic, right? Don't get me wrong. And I don't have any bad things going on in life, but there are big things going on in life. And so there's a chance that my emotions are kind of overriding my logic, especially when it comes to food, because that's the way I've always operated. So I just started like really thinking about it. I had made a comment to Jose a couple of weeks or a week ago saying I might get off carnivore because of the expense of carnivore. I'm not trying to get into like all of our personal business, but we're in a budget crunch right now, just like a lot of people are. And beef, I just saw in the news, it's like beef prices are up 13% over the last year. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I pay a lot more than I did in August for just burger patties. Those prices have gone up. And I just buy frozen ones. I don't even buy fresh, yummy farm ones. So I have considered, in the back of my mind, I have considered kind of thinking about less expensive ways to eat. And then my energy, I've had maybe out of the last 3 weeks, I've had like 10 days where I've been so tired. My eyes hurt. Like, I've been going to bed some nights at 8 p.m., which is weird for me because I've talked before about how I don't like to go to sleep. Like, everything's just been kind of weird and different. And it just feels like maybe carnivore is like it's too much to think about, or it's causing me frustration, and I just don't need that right now, right? Like I can't tell you how many times I go, well, all I have is burgers or sausage. All I have is burgers, because those are the cheaper things, right? I am getting them. I don't have steaks in this house. I have over the course of the 9 months, I would go get steaks and all that. But, you know, $13.99 a pound, and I eat at least a pound of meat at a time. So I don't have steaks in the house right now. It's basically been burgers, cheese, sausage, and eggs. That's it. I did find Sam's has beef bacon. I don't know if y'all have ever seen this before, but it's peppered beef bacon, and it's like bacon. It's bigger, right? Instead of being a skinny strip, it's like a big chunk, but it's beef. But it's treated like bacon, and it tastes like bacon, only like beef. It's fantastic. I love that. I do have that right now. But you can only eat so much of that, like, before it's too much. Anyway, I don't know. All this to say, I don't know. Like, there is a part of me that hopes I don't feel bad because I ate Taco Bell today. Now, that being said, let me be clear. If I move away from carnivore and I start adding non-carnivore foods back into my diet, I have no intention of, like what I did today. It won't be rice, beans, tortillas. I don't really care for bread to begin with. It won't be crackers. It won't be all of those super heavy carb things. What it will be is the fruits and vegetables that I miss. I think about berries so often. Like, it's ridiculous. I would love to be able to eat some berries. I would love to be able to eat the tomatoes that we're growing. And I can, like, I'm an adult. I'm a grown ass adult. I can eat what I want. I guess what I'm saying is I may be making some changes. I'm not 100% sure right now. I really don't know. I do know that the thought, kind of like how for a year I thought about, I should probably try carnivore. I should probably try carnivore. And then after a year, I finally did it. I don't know how long these thoughts are going to keep coming before I finally go, okay, let's just add some foods back in. Because what I don't want is, I don't want to keep having the bad energy where I'm exhausted and I want to go through a drive-through. And then before I know it, I'm right back to where I was. I want to be, like, aware of what I'm doing, and I want to make, like, conscious decisions about my food. And maybe I just need a couple of weeks to just, like, eat some fruit. I'm not sure. I really don't know where it's at. I never expected to be here. I never expected to feel this way. Because still, even when, like, Jose had mentioned it to me again, where he said, hey, you talked about getting off carnivore for financial reasons. Like, are you for real about that? And I was like, I really don't want to go back to having headaches. I don't want to go back to feeling how I was feeling. But then there's also I don't work in the same job, and a lot of that kind of stress was coming from that. And I'm very pleased and happy with what I'm doing right now. And so those kind of stressors don't exist for me anymore. So how much that played a part, I don't know. I know that I went on carnivore and my headache stopped. I also know that I went on carnivore 2 weeks before I quit that job. So before my last day, right? So I don't know. I really don't. I know this isn't much of an update. I know this probably isn't what you're looking for, but this is my real life carnivore journey. And this is me kind of going, I went to Taco Bell today and I ate a lot of food that I probably shouldn't have. And now I don't know where I stand. I don't know what I'm doing next. I don't know. I want to also be real careful about not self-defeating here, because that is a pattern in my life. I don't want to get to the point where I go, well, there you go. You failed. You couldn't even stick to carnivore and you said you wanted to forever. Look, things change, and I am not going to do that to myself. I've done that my whole life where, oh, you can't even stick to it. You did failed. You didn't. Look, I haven't failed. I've been 9 months on carnivore. In the last year, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm in better physical condition than I've been in years. I'm better emotionally than I've been in years. And so I want to make sure that I'm not just jumping from thing to thing, because I know that doesn't work. But I do wonder if my spirit needs a carnivore break, if I need something besides a hamburger patty in my life. I know that that means I still have some sort of emotional attachment to food, or I see food as more than just fuel. Because if I saw it as only fuel, then I would just shove hamburger in and every day, every meal, and it would be fine. But I'm kind of okay with that. I'm not trying to slay the whole dragon right now. I'm trying to make sure I make smart choices so I don't jump off, right? I don't jump off the boat. Because that's what will happen. If I try to deny for too long and I see it coming, I will just splash into just craziness and I will just start eating everything. Now, I will say I have no desire for sweets still. I don't ever look at the candy aisle and be like, man, I really want a Reese's peanut butter cup. Like, sweets are not a thing for me, which I'm very grateful for. I don't have to have them. I don't even like cake. I don't even like pie. I do like a brownie, but I don't need one, right? So it's not going to be the sweets. It's going to be the other foods. It really, I really miss fruits and vegetables. And I'm wondering if there isn't something missing in how I'm feeding myself, if I'm not missing a mineral or a nutrient or a vitamin or something. And that's why this keeps coming back up. If it's my body's and my mind's way of going, hey, you need to do something different. So I'm going to think about it. I'm going to, I really don't even know what I'm going to eat tomorrow. I really don't. I know that after that Taco Bell, I'm not eating anything else today. I will say this. And one of the things that almost instantly I was like, oh, after I ate that Taco Bell, like my stomach kind of went a little funky. And also my mouth tasted horrible. The food didn't taste bad. Don't get me wrong. But like when I was done eating, it was this thing that I haven't experienced in so long that I was like, holy crap. When you eat regular food, is this what your mouth tastes like? Like, I wonder what my breath smells like, right? Because I don't have a sense of smell. And all I wanted to do was brush my teeth. And so Taco Bell's not the answer. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point because I really am very confused about where to go next. I'm confused about how to address all of these things that are coming up in my head. I know that I need consistent energy. I know that I need to be able to work or perform or do whatever I'm doing further than 2 or 3 in the afternoon, regardless of the fact that I get up at 4 in the morning. That doesn't matter. I should, I should have at least 12 hours in me. Like I did in the beginning of Carnivore, and now I just don't. And so I'm working on it. I don't know what to tell you. But thanks for being here. That is the update. The update is Nikki's confused and she's waffling. So I will let you guys know what happens from here. I'll let you know what I eat, what I don't eat, what I decide. Maybe I can get my brain a little more clear on what my goals are and how I want to achieve them. And I'll let you know when I get there. But that's where I am today. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if you have any of this experience. Okay. Sorry. A phone call came in and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to the people. Anyways, please let me know if you have experience with this kind of situation. I'll take advice. I'll take anecdotes. I'll take anything. And in the meantime, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm going to try to keep an eye on my health and make sure I make the best choices for me, like physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. Thanks for being here again. And I'm going to see you soon. Bye.